Hey everyone, welcome to Everything Podcast. I'm JB, and today we're diving into something so Filipino, it's practically part of our DNA. Why do Filipinos always say sir and ma'am? Seriously, it's like we're born with this built-in reflex. But where does it come from? Stick around because we're breaking it all down, from colonial history to funny fails abroad, and how it ties into our famous Filipino hospitality. Plus, I'll share some hilarious personal stories. Let's dive in. First up, colonial history. Yup, we're going back in time for this one. When the Spanish colonized the Philippines, they brought along their love for formal titles, señor and señora. Then the Americans came, and instead of saying, nah, let's drop that, they were like, let's roll with it. So we ended up with sir and mom. And now, it's a habit we just can't shake, even 100+ years later. Fast forward to today, and we use sir and ma'am for everyone. It's automatic. Walk into a fast food place and the cashier greets you like, good afternoon, sir, even if you're wearing flip-flops and a tank top. Heck, we even call little kids sir and ma'am. Imagine a 6-year-old ordering fries and the waiter goes, what else, ma'am? Like, what? Now, let's talk about the funny stuff. Using sir and ma'am in the Philippines? Totally fine. But take that habit abroad? Oh man, things get awkward real fast. I once called a young cashier in Europe sir, and the look he gave me was priceless. Like I just told him he inherited a castle. And then there was that time I called a group of teenagers ma'am while asking for directions. They laughed so hard, I thought they'd roll into traffic. But what can I say? It's like muscle memory. You just can't stop it. Here's the deeper side of it. Respect. In Filipino culture, sir and ma'am aren't just polite, they're a way of showing respect, especially to elders or authority figures. It's like giving a verbal high five. But sometimes we go overboard. Ever heard someone call their boss's boss, sir ma'am? Like, we're just throwing out titles left and right, hoping one sticks. And now, the heart of the habit, hospitality. This is where it gets really Filipino. Saying sir and ma'am isn't just about respect. It's about making people feel important. Walk into a tiny sari store and you'll get treated like a VIP. It's our way of saying, you matter. Sure, some foreigners find it too formal, but for us, it's second nature. And explaining it to friends abroad is always a trip. They're like, why do you keep calling me ma'am? I'm not your teacher. And we're just like, it's just how we do things, okay? So what's the takeaway? First, it's a reminder of how respect is deeply rooted in Filipino culture. Second, it shows how something as small as saying sir and ma'am is tied to our history and values. And finally, it's a reminder to embrace our quirks because they make us who we are. But hey, enough about me. How about you? Have you ever had an awkward or funny sir ma'am moment? Maybe you called your classmate sir, or worse, your dog ma'am? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And before you go, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps us digging into these fun quirks of Filipino culture. This is JB, and you've been watching Everything Podcast. See you next time.